Our next guest is one of the smartest people I know. He's won the real estate debate 7 times, which is an incredible feat, as only a select few people have ever won the show once. He's a big consumer advocate in our community connection with the Carlsbad community. Today, we will learn from him just how and why Carlsbad has become such a hot spot. And of course, can it continue to grow from here? Please welcome to the show my good friend, Bryan Devore is here. Bryan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Grateful to be here.
Yes, it's great to have you. So, Carlsbad, on fire. It's wild. Now, when I moved here to San Diego 10 years ago, Carlsbad was like way out there.
Right.
Like people were like, Carlsbad, that's so far away.
Right.
Now it's such a booming area. In fact, I was just there yesterday in the beach area, and it was popping, just crazy. How is that possible?
Well, I think that Carlsbad was sort of a well-kept secret, and then it became not so well-kept anymore. Tourism was booming. People were coming from all over the place for the beaches. And then Legoland came in 1999, and that sort of made it an epicenter, sort of like Disneyland did for Orange County.
Yeah.
People came here, and then businesses started coming here. Companies were growing, and they were already here, and then companies were relocating here. So we started seeing a lot of growth in employment, which led to people who wanted to work close to where they lived and live close to where they work, wanted to stay here. And that's one of the reasons why real estate in Carlsbad is booming right now.
Yeah, so there's employment in Carlsbad, which is really interesting because it's actually, there's a lot of industry up there, and it's still a very big place. I mean, geographically, Carlsbad is big, right?
Correct.
I mean, how many, there's 4 zip codes?
So there's 4 zip codes in Carlsbad, and it encompasses a 7-mile stretch of the Pacific. So it's a coastal community, and about 10 years ago is when the city divided from 2 zip codes to 4 zip codes because just so much growth was going on. There was a lot of open land that became developed. It just became found. And there are a lot of companies. In fact, the top 10 companies in Carlsbad, they employ hundreds of thousands of people. And when you look at the number 1, number 2, number 3 employers, they have a lot of employees who are living nearby. So we have a lot of people who are buying and staying in the area.
Well, before we get to some of the ideas on why people want to live in Carlsbad or why people should consider it, you know, if they're looking at beach communities or anything really, how hot is the market? We know it's hot. Okay, things have been moving quickly. Prices have been going up. Just how hot is it?
So when you put a home on the market in Carlsbad right now, if it is priced right, it's going to sell relatively quickly. And there's a couple reasons why. Number 1, the schools are fantastic. And there's 3 different districts in the Carlsbad area, and all the schools are top-notch, rated 10. And
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
10?
they're rated 10. Not all of them, but most of them are. And so to give you an idea of how hot the market is right now in Carlsbad, we have a couple listings that we put on the market, and within 3 or 4 days, we had multiple offers on them. The price points in Carlsbad range from $300,000 for a townhome, all the way up to, there's a $6 million, $7 million home. But the sweet spot is $400,000 to $700,000. And there's a pretty good variety throughout Carlsbad, but those are the ones that are getting snatched up as quick as they come on the market.
And there's a particular neighborhood in Carlsbad that I know you really like.
Yes.
Rancho Carrillo.
Correct.
Which I visited for the first time this weekend because I knew we'd be talking about it on the show.
Did you like it?
I thought it was amazing. I couldn't believe it, actually.
Yeah.
You know, you hear about these sort of planned unit development type situations,
Right.
and you think, oh, it's tract homes, it's one next to the other, there's nothing unique about these things, you know,
Right.
they're all like the same. But this really kind of felt like a wonderland. It was crazy.
So when Rancho Carrillo was built, it started out as a ranch owned by Leo Carrillo, the late actor who was in The Cisco Kid. And what's nice about Rancho Carrillo is it's got different types of homes for everybody, but when it was first built about 12 years ago, there was nothing around. Kind of an example of Carlsbad not having anything and then communities coming in. Since then, lots of shopping, lots of restaurants, businesses have infilled the community, and so that what you saw is not what you would have seen 10 years ago, which makes it that attractive.
So what happens from here then, Bryan? Because we know the Carlsbad market is hot. We know that it's a desirable place to be, 7 miles of beach, you know, everything you could ask for as far as a community, from the shopping and the great schools and all that. But what happens from here? This meteoric rise in prices and this super hot market, is it sustainable?
So that's a real dilemma. So the city of Carlsbad is very well run. they have a $16 million surplus in their budget, and they have a master plan, a general plan, that goes out to 2035. So they're thinking about these things already because they're running out of land. There's the city of Carlsbad is about 80% built out right now. There's room for about 10,000 more housing units. Well, here's the problem. In 1990, the population of Carlsbad was about 60,000 or so. 2013, the last time they did the census, there are 113,000 people in Carlsbad. So do the math. How long will it take for 10,000 units to be snatched up?
Yeah.
So we do have a dilemma. We're running out of land, and the city is trying to work on these things. But as long as employees keep coming here, companies keep coming here, relocating, as long as we still have our weather, and there's about a 10-degree difference between the highest high and the lowest high, we're going to have the problem.
Right. So based on that, it would allow us to think that the market should continue to be strong.
I believe so.
Because there's just simply not that many more units that will be coming available.
It's really a supply and demand. And because people want to stay here and actually retire here, Carlsbad was recently named one of the top 10 retirement destinations in the country. So people are not only going to live here, they're going to retire here too.
Yeah, that makes sense. So speaking of real estate
Yes.
and homes for sale, you've got something that's hot on the market right
I do. So we have a listing that's a wonderful twin home in the aforementioned Rancho Carrillo.
Of course.
And it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath plus a loft. And it's 2,056 square feet. To get the house ready for sale, we had to do some painting, we had to do some flooring as well. And I want to have a shout out to my friend Fred at Regal Flooring, who did a fantastic job of getting the flooring ready for the house. And his number, in case your viewers would like to get their flooring needs taken care of, is 760-431-1300.
Cool.
So this home, we actually, ironically, have it in escrow now because of the fact that we adjusted the price right off the get-go and got it sold. To give you some perspective of what a value Carlsbad is and Rancho Carrillo specifically, so this home was listed for $580,000. If you go just one city south in Encinitas, you can get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, about the same size twin home, built in 1991. My listing is built in 2001 for $695,000, $120,000 more. Why would you do that?
Great stuff from Bryan Devore. You can find out more at the website below, more about his real estate practice and more about the Carlsbad community. Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.